Chaotically Nerdy is made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults for adults and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to Chaotically Nerdy. Today's episode, we still have our special guest on with us, Logan. We want to thank you for joining again.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me, guys.
If you listen to the Druid...
here.
Hang on, I got to balance this out. Fuck you.
We got two good
get that a lot
things
more.
and then a fuck you. Yeah. I feel like coming into this place whenever you play D&D, you probably do get fuck you more often.
Yeah, usually.
So if you listen to the Druid podcast, you know that Logan also is currently playing an Artificer. So that is what we are going to talk about while we still have him here. We're going to break down the Artificer class, which has four subclasses. I need to pull that back up. Hopefully it didn't lose. So your Artificer, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it, is your master of invention. They use ingenuity and magic to unlock extraordinary capabilities in objects. I was like, what is that face about? But you were trying to pop your back, I guess. They use a variety of tools to channel their arcane power, and they might use alchemist supplies to cast a spell, things like that. So, again, we're not reading the tables off anymore. You can find them on Wiki. You can find them on D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond would probably be the easiest for this, because I think you could see it even without having bought any of the books. I think. Don't quote me on that.
If you're really cheap,
Wiki.
Wikidot.
Yeah.
Wikidot. That's what I'm reading all my stuff off
Wikidot's great.
Just look up Wikidot5e.
Yep. And then we'll see who's going to break down the start of the class. I grabbed the wrong dice. It's Ethan.
All right.
Ethan.
Tell us about some of the class features.
Class features. Starting out, your hit dice, which is modifies your hit points, is a D8. Your proficiencies are with light armor, medium armor, and shields. With weapons, it is simple weapons only. Well, it's an artificer, so it's going to have a lot of tool proficiencies. But you do get, off the bat, thieves' tools, tinker's tools, one type of artisan tools of your choice as well. So there's a lot of options there with the tools, because it is going to affect a lot of the class. Saving throws, your main stats are going to be Constitution and Intelligence, and your skills you get to choose from. You get to choose from this list: Arcana, History, Investigation, Medicine, Nature, Perception, and Sleight of Hand. Your starting equipment at level 1 suggested here is any 2 simple weapons you get to choose: a light crossbow and bolts, and then you get to choose between 2 sets of armor, studded leather, armor, or scale mail, and then you also get a set of thieves' tools and a dungeoneer's pack. All right. There's another optional rule here for firearm proficiency. The secrets of gunpowder weapons have been discovered to you and the world. If that is the case and your DM allows it, then you also gain proficiency with firearms. Yeah. At first level,
fucking hate you.
You get magical tinkering, where you learn to invest a spark of magic into mundane objects. Basically, it's like a version of enchanting the object to make it more powerful. There's a couple 4 guidelines here. The object sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet.
Is that only whenever goblins are near, or?
It's not sting. It's just like a flashlight, but it's a weapon.
Yeah, it's a torch.
Yeah, but no, I guess you could flavor it that way if you wanted to, but why limit yourself? Whenever tapped by a creature, the object emits a recorded message. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. That can be heard up to 10 feet away. You utter the message whenever you bestow this property on the object, and the recording can be no more than 6 seconds long.
I like the idea of putting that on a sword and then just hitting people with it.
Yeah.
And it playing whenever you hit them.
Schwang. The third option is the object continuously emits your choice of odor or a nonverbal sound, waves, wind, chirping, or something like that. Chosen phenomenon is perceivable up to 10 feet away. And then the last choice strictly given is a static visual effect appears on one of the object surfaces. It's a hologram. It's an illusion. The effect can be a picture of up to 25 words of text, lines, and shapes, or a mixture of these elements as you like. Chosen property lasts indefinitely. And as an action, you can touch the object and end the property early. You can bestow magic on multiple objects, touching one object each time you use this object, though a simple object can only bear one property at a time. The maximum number is the maximum number of objects you can affect with this feature at one time is equal to your intelligence modifier. If you try to exceed the maximum, the oldest property immediately ends and the new property applies. What were you saying?
I just think it's not super useful, but it's a fun thing.
It's a ribbon ability.
Yeah, it really is.
Just something flavorful for you to do in a social situation. Be like,
Yeah, in a role play setting, it has a lot of use.
mechanically, not a whole lot of use.
Mechanically or in combat, no. But.
The Artificer also gains spellcasting abilities as well. It works slightly different than some of the others. So if you're really looking at it, you need to make sure you look at it to make sure how it works. At second level, you gain the ability called Infuse Item to imbue mundane objects with certain magical infusions. It's like an advancement of that previous ability. When you gain this feature, you pick 4 Artificer infusions. There's a lot of those. Probably, are we going to go over those later? I bet.
The infusion? Yeah.
You learn additional infusions of your choice whenever you reach certain levels. Whenever you gain a level in this class, you can replace the chosen infusion with another from that list. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch a non-magical object and imbue it with one of the artificial infusions. Infusion works on only certain kinds of objects specified by the infusion's description. There's a lot of options in the list. Really, it's something we'll just have to go over in a little bit, I think.
Yeah. We'll talk about them before we move on to the specialist.
At third level, you choose a special type. So, like, it's another archetype, just like the other classes. The 4 that we're going to go over today are going to be Alchemist, Armor, Artillerist, and Battlesmith. At third level, you also get the right tool for the job skill. You've learned how to produce exactly the tool you need. With Thieves' tools or Artisan tools in hand, you can magically create one set of Artisan tools in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. This creation requires 1 hour of uninterrupted work, which can coincide with a short or long rest. You get the ability score improvements just like the other classes. At 6th level, you gain tool proficiencies. Your proficiency bonus is now doubled for any ability check you make with a tool set that you're proficient with. At 7th level, you gain Flash of Genius. You've gained the ability to come up with solutions under pressure when you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or a saving throw. You can use your reaction to add your intelligence modifier to the roll. It's essentially similar to the Bard, or an inspiration, essentially.
But it's just a flat bonus.
It's just a flat bonus instead of
It's
a
a
roll.
flat bonus, yeah.
It's almost more useful.
It is more useful.
Yeah, because
100%.
you can get
Really
lower
broken
with
when you
the
have both of them.
Yeah. You're welcome, Jarrett. At 10th level, you can replicate magical items, right? Or what is it? It's you can achieve profound understanding of how to use and make magic items. You can attune up to 4 magic items, where the normal is you can only attune to 3. And you can craft a magical item with a rarity of common or uncommon. It takes you a quarter of the normal time, and it costs you half as much of the usual gold cost to make such a magical item.
Basically, just to get around the dog shit crafting rules that already exist.
Yeah. They barely exist in the first place, so this is really just a nice way to say, this is how you do it. At 11th level, you gain a ability called Spell Storing Item. You can now store a spell in an object. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch one simple or martial weapon or one item that you can use as a spellcasting focus, and you store a spell in it, choosing a 1st or 2nd level spell from your spell list. While holding the object, a creature can make an action to produce. This is not specifically you.
Yeah, you can give it out.
Yeah, you can give it to somebody else. So a creature can take an action to produce the spell's effect using your spellcasting abilities and not theirs, so yours. The spell requires concentration. They have to concentrate on it. It's really functional as giving somebody else the ability to use your spells. At 14th level, you gain the property Magic Item Savant. You can attune up to 5 magical items instead of the normal 3, and you ignore what an item's class, race, and level requirements for attunement with certain magical items. At level 18, you get magic Item Master. You can attune up to 6 magic items, which is twice the number of what normally you might be able to use.
So good.
And then at 20th level, you get Soul of Artifice. You develop a mystical connection to your magic items, which you can draw on for protection. You gain a +1 to all saving throws per magic item you are currently attuned to. If you're reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you can use your reaction to end one of your infusions, Artificer infusions, causing you to drop to 1 hit point instead.
Gotcha.
Oh boy.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Good thing we're never getting to 20.
Are you sure? Man, we have never played a campaign of 20.
It's true.
I really want us to do like a one shot where we're all 20.
High level.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll go into the Artificer infusions and we'll just kind of cover what those are since you get them. And we'll see who's going to go. It is me. So, the infusions are extraordinary processes that rapidly turn a non-magical object into a magic item. The description of each of the following infusions details the type of objects that can receive it, along with whether the resulting magic item requires attunement. So this is making your items magical, essentially. Arcane Propulsion Armor. You have to be a 14th level Artificer, and it gets put on a suit of armor, and this requires attunement. So the wearer of this armor gains these benefits. The wearer's walking speed increases by 5 feet. The armor includes gauntlets, each of which is a magic melee weapon that can be wielded only when the hand is holding nothing. The wearer is proficient with the gauntlets, and each one deals 1d8 force damage on a hit, and has the thrown property with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. When thrown, the gauntlet detaches and flies at the target, attacks target, then immediately returns to the wearer and reattaches. The armor can't be removed against the wearer's will. If the wearer is missing any limbs, the armor replaces those limbs, hands, arm, feet, legs, or similar appendages. The replacement functions identically to the body parts they replace. So that's essentially
You're Iron Man.
Iron Man / Mega Man. I don't know, because it's Gauntlet itself that's
Sure.
propulsing.
But you can also
Mostly
flavor that
Iron
different.
Man.
You can flavor
Yeah.
that different.
It's Vi from League of Legends is what it is. It's
Yeah.
Vi.
And then next up is Armor of Magical Strength. It requires a suit of armor it is a suit of armor that requires attunement. This armor has 6 charges. The wearer can expend the armor's charges in the following ways. When the wearer makes a strength check or a strength saving throw, it can expend 1 charge to add a bonus to the roll equal of its intelligence modifier. If the creature would be knocked prone, it can use its reaction to expend 1 charge to avoid being knocked prone. The armor regains 1d6 expended charges daily at dawn. So it's possible you could use all 6, get them all back, or you could just get 1 back. Next up is Boots of the Winding Path. You have to be a 6th level Artificer, and it's a pair of boots that require attunement. While wearing these boots, a creature can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space the creature can see. The creature must have occupied that space at some point during the current term. I don't think that's... I mean, I could see how it's beneficial, but at the same time, you have to use your bonus action, and you have to have been there within that turn. It seems like it's
Very
better to...
niche.
Yeah, you run up, hit somebody, and then teleport back.
I think a rogue could really use that, though. If you want to play it more like a rogue style.
Yeah, but I guess if you multi-classed and
Well,
got to your 6th level.
you can infuse somebody else's boots.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess the prerequisite of the 6th level Artificer just means you have to
You
be
have to be
6th level to
6th
make
level.
it. I was thinking of it as you had to be that level
These
Artificer
are things
to
you
use
give
it.
out.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so the rogue can jump in, do his little stabby stab,
And
then,
then bolt
you know,
back. Huh.
pop back out of the way.
So next up is Enhanced Arcane Focus. It is an item, a rod, staff, or wand that requires attunement. While holding this item, a creature gains a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. In addition, the creature ignores half cover when making a spell attack. The bonus increases to +2 when you reach 10th level in this class. So if you're 10th level, you give them a +2 bonus to all of that, which can be very beneficial for your spellcasters who wouldn't want something that adds +2 to all their stuff. Next up is Enhanced Defense. It is a suit of armor or a shield. A creature gains a +1 bonus to armor class while wearing armor or wielding a shield or wielding the infused item. The bonus increases to +2 when you reach 10th level. You get Enhanced Weapon, which is a simple or martial weapon. It's a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and then +2 whenever you get to level 10 as well. Next up is the Helm of Awareness. You have to be a 10th level Artificer to make it, and it's a helmet that requires attunement. While wearing this helmet, a creature has advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, the wearer can't be surprised provided it isn't incapacitated. That is very good.
The whole party should have that.
Yeah. Like if you're a 10th level Artificer, you just give that to everybody. Unless they get
I think
that
you
from
can
their
only
class.
make one of them.
Can you only make one? I thought you can make multiple.
Maybe I think of everything.
Yeah, I think you can make as many as you like.
I think you can make up to a certain number, if I remember.
Well, yeah.
Well, up to how many infusions you
Yeah,
can do
can
at a
make.
time.
Next up is Homunculus Servant. It is a gem or crystal worth at least 100 gold, and you learn intricate methods of magically creating a special homunculus that serves you. The item you infuse serves as the creature's heart, around which the creature's body instantly forms. You determine the homunculus's appearance. Some artificers prefer mechanical-looking birds, whereas some like winged vials or miniature animate cauldrons.
Ghost from Destiny.
Essentially. In combat, it shares your initiative count, but goes immediately after yours, which anything that you control typically does. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes on its turn is the dodge action, unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action. The action can be one in its stat block or some other action. If you are incapacitated, it can take any action of its choice. The homunculus regains 2d6 hit points if the mending spell is cast on it, which is a cantrip, so that would be very nice to have. If you or your homunculus dies, it vanishes, leaving its heart in its space. So now I get to break down the Homunculus Servant. It is a tiny construct. Armor class is 13. Its hit points is 1 plus your intelligence modifier plus your artificer level. And its speed is a 20-foot fly and 30-foot. So its saving throws are Dex +2 plus your proficiency bonus. Its skills are Perception +0, so just straight roll, plus your proficiency bonus ×2. I don't know. Why did we add the +0? That doesn't make any sense to me. And then stealth is +2 plus your proficiency bonus. It is immune to the poison damage. It is immune to exhaustion and poison conditions. It has dark vision to 60 feet, a passive perception of 10 plus your proficiency bonus ×2. The proficiency, it's not 10 plus ×2, or it's not 10. It's not your total ×2. So if your proficiency bonus is 4, it would be 18. It would not be
Order of operations, folks.
yeah. It understands languages that you speak. A challenge proficiency bonus equals your bonus. I don't understand what that means. Can you guys explain that?
The proficiency bonus of the creature is your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Evasion, if it makes a dex save, it only takes half damage. If it passes the dex save, it takes no damage. Some of the actions: Force Strike, it's a ranged weapon attack. You use your spell attack modifier to hit 30 feet, and it does 1d4 plus your proficiency bonus. Reaction is Channel Magic. It can deliver a spell you cast that has a range of touch. The homunculus must be within 120 feet of you. That could be very beneficial. I don't know what...
Cure wounds.
Yeah. I didn't know if Artificer got Cure Wounds.
Yes, that they specifically get cure wounds and not healing word, right?
Correct. Yeah, we get a cure wound.
So this is its only ability to get ranged healing.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So next up is Mind Sharpener. It is a suit of armor or robes, and it can send a jolt to the wearer to refocus their mind. The item has 4 charges. When the wearer fails a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, the wearer can use its reaction to expend one of the item's charges to succeed instead.
A point of order. Yeah, you can only use one infusion at a time, like once, on one item.
Okay, so like
Answer
you
that question,
couldn't
right?
make like 4
Yeah.
helmets.
Yeah, you can only do one.
But you could have someone with a Mind Sharpener helmet and
Yes.
someone else with a
Yes.
Well, even that same person with a different item.
Next up is I forgot. Okay, Radiant Weapon. That's the next one. I forgot where I was at there. You have to be a 6th level artificer, and it is simple or martial weapon that requires attunement. This magic weapon grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. While holding it, the wielder can take a bonus action to cause it to shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. The wielder can extinguish the light as a bonus action. Has 4 charges. As a reaction immediately after being hit by an attack, the wielder can expend 1 charge and cause the attacker to be blinded if they fail a Constitution save. And the weapon regains 1d4 charges daily at dawn. They get repeating shot, which is a simple or martial weapon with the ammunition property, so your guns, if your DM allows you to use guns.
Yeah.
To clarify, Jared's
They did this.
In our current campaign, we had 2 very unintelligent characters who found a couple of pistols.
Was this the Lizard Folk boys
Yep.
that found
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
but then Jarrett immediately clarified that each pistol had 1 shot in it.
Mm-hmm. Fucking outsmart
And
me.
so the one character who really liked it, I gave him repeating shot. So
Solid.
he always had him.
And so what repeating shot is, the magic weapon grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it when it's used to make a ranged attack, and ignores the loading property if it has it. If you load no ammunition in the weapon, it produces its own, automatically creating 1 piece of magic ammunition when you make a ranged attack with it.
Yeah, you see a problem with that?
You no longer have to worry about ammunition,
Yep.
which we typically don't either. The
Well,
gun thing was
with gun.
because it was a gun.
Yeah. Well, better infusion for a moron with a gun. You don't even have to worry about loading it.
Yeah.
He just pulls the trigger.
Was it Lurk?
No, it was Gator.
It is
Gator.
Gator.
Gotcha.
Lurk kept his
Well, I didn't know.
for a long time. And then
When
They
he's-
used it as a scroll case.
When he said idiot with a gun, I immediately thought Lurk.
well, he also had a gun.
Because Gator's not stupid.
I kept it for a long time without discharging it.
Yeah, it was
I waited till I was in the library.
Yeah.
desk popped.
So next up is replicate magic item. Using this infusion, you replicate a particular magic item. You can learn this infusion multiple times. Each time you do so, choose a magic item that you can make with it. Picking from the replicable items table, which is a very long table. You guys can look that up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through and read all these.
You get different options at 2nd, 6th, 10th, and 14th level.
Yeah. And so you guys can look those up. I'm not going to go through them.
They
There is
just
a
kind of increase in rarity as it goes up.
rarity, and it looks like increase in number as you go as well.
Are you sure you don't go through them one at a time?
I don't,
Make it a
unfortunately.
45-hour podcast.
We got 6 episodes of Artificer. Next up is Repulsion Shield. You have to be a 6th level Artificer. It is a shield, obviously. A creature gains a +1 bonus to armor class while wearing this shield. It has 4 charges. While holding it, the wielder can use a reaction immediately after being hit by a melee attack to expend 1 of the shield's charges and push the attacker up to 15 feet away. The shield regains 1d4 charges daily at dawn. If you push someone away using your reaction, well, if you had to use your reaction, you can't use your reaction to opportunity attack. That was going to
Also,
be
I
my
believe
question.
Forced movement doesn't count.
Okay,
But
that
maybe-
was going to be my question because I couldn't remember if
Double
force
check that,
movement
but I
counted.
don't think it does.
I
For-
think it's
Just
correct.
forced movement doesn't
Opportunity
trigger
attack.
No,
opportunity
force movement does not trigger that. No.
We have done it where it does before because I remember specifically using Thorn Whip to pull somebody through a group of people and everybody swung at him. I remember us doing that.
Yeah.
By the rules specifically, it does not do that.
Yeah. Resistant armor is next up, and it is prerequisite level 6. It is suit of armor that requires attunement. While wearing this, a creature has resistance to one of the following damage types, which you choose when you infuse the item: acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, or thunder. Any of those would be great for situational.
Yeah. It's just nice.
Returning weapon, a simple or martial weapon with the thrown property. You become Thor. It gets a +1 bonus to attack and damage, and you can immediately bring it back after you make a range attack. And then last is spell refueling ring. You have to be a 6th level Artificer, and obviously it's a ring. While wearing this, the creature can recover 1 expended spell slot as an action. The recovered slot can be of 3rd level or lower. Once used, the ring can't be used again until the next dawn.
You know something funny? 6th level artificers can't cast 3rd level spells.
Well, it's not. It doesn't
True.
necessarily mean.
It's just funny. It's just funny that they made it third. They could have made it second level and been like,
Neither
and then
neither
you can use it
can
yourself.
Yeah.
8th level artificers still can't cast their level spells.
yeah.
I'm assuming you're an 8th level.
Yeah.
8th level at this point. And then so we get to go into Artificer Specialist. First up is Alchemist, and Jarrett, it's you.
Cool.
Actually, I was going to lie and make it you, but it was absolutely you.
An alchemist is an expert of combining reagents to produce mystical effects. Alchemists use their creations to give life and leech it away. Tool proficiency. You gain proficiency in alchemist supplies. If you already have this proficiency, you gain proficiency in one other type of artisan tools of your choice. Just, you kind of have to have this to play the subclass.
Yeah.
Alchemist spells. You get at 3rd level you get Healing Word and Ray of Sickness. At 5th you get Flaming Sphere, Melf's Acid Arrow.
MILF?
Melf's. 9th level you get
Got young gravy up in this bitch.
you got Gaseous Form and Mass Healing Word. At 13th level you have Blight and Death Ward. At 17th you get Cloud Kill and Raised Dead. Those are some nice spells.
They are.
They are.
They're really nice.
Yeah.
Maybe not second, or maybe not your second and third level spells, but definitely those later spells. I like a lot of
I
those.
don't know. I think I'm a pretty big fan of MILF's Acid Arrow.
Experimental Elixir. At 3rd level, you whenever you finish a long rest, you can magically produce an experimental elixir in an empty flask you touch. Roll in the experimental elixir table for this elixir's effect, which is triggered by when someone drinks the elixir. As an action, a creature can drink it or administer it to a incapacitated creature. You can create additional experimental elixirs by expending one spell slot at 1st level or higher. When you do so, your action to create use your action to create it in an empty flask again. Creating an elemental elixir, experimental elixir. Jesus,
Wow.
alliteration's really
Elemental, experimental.
hard. Alliteration's hard, folks. Creating an experimental elixir requires you to have alchemist supplies on your person, and any elixir you create with this feature lasts until it's drunk or until your next long rest. When you reach certain levels in this class, you can make more elixirs at the end of a long rest, 2 at 6th level, 3 at 15th level. Let's see. So you're on your table. 1, healing. The drinker regains a number of hit points equal to 2d4 times plus your intelligence modifier.
Times would be better.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah.
Way better. But it's plus. 2, swiftness. The drinker's walking speed increases by 10 feet for 1 hour. Resilience, the drinker gains a +1 bonus to AC for 10 minutes. Boldness, the drinker can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to every attack roll or saving throw they make for the next minute. Flight, the drinker gains flying speed of 10 feet for 10 minutes. Transformation, the drinker's body is transformed as if by the alter self spell. The drinker determines the transformation caused by the spell and the effects, which will last for 10 minutes.
So I need to ask something. Can you compound these?
No. Wait, on one person?
Yes. The reason I ask is because what's to stop someone of 15th level from making 3 resilience and chugging all 3 and getting +3 to your AC?
I mean, if that's what you roll, that's what you roll, right?
I forget that you have to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see.
Because-
I don't see why you couldn't-
stack them. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was more so like
nothing
Because it's an RNG thing.
yeah,
Be good luck, Chuck. Then
Yeah, I see nothing in here that says they don't.
that you
stack.
couldn't that someone couldn't
Because
take
it's
this.
random, I think they do.
Yeah.
I would assume that.
Okay. I was just making sure before.
At fifth level, Alchemical Savant, you develop masterful command of the magical chemicals, enhancing the healing and damage you create through them. Whenever you cast a spell using your Whenever you cast a spell using your alchemist supplies, that threw me. I was like, "What?" You cast
Words are hard, people.
No, it wasn't words. I was just like, "What? Alchemist supplies? You cast them with spells with your alchemist supplies?"
Yeah, because we talked about that. They use their tools to
Yeah,
cast
it's-
spells.
Yeah, they're cooking.
Whenever you using a spell as a
Meth?
spell casting focus, you gain a bonus to one roll of the spell. That roll must restore hit points or be a damage roll that deals acid, fire, necrotic, or poison damage, and the bonus equals your intelligence modifier. Ninth level, restore reagents. Whenever a creature drinks an experimental elixir you created, the creature gains temporary hit points equal to 2d6 plus your intelligence modifier. Or you can cast lesser restoration without expending a spell slot without preparing the spell, provided you use the alchemist supplies as the spell casting focus. You can do this so a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, and you gain all uses at the end of a long rest. And at 15th level, Chemical Mastery. You have been exposed to so many chemicals that they pose little risk to you, and you can use them to quickly end certain ailments. You gain resistance to acid damage and poison damage, and you're immune to the poison condition. And you can cast Greater Restoration and Heal without expending a spell slot, without preparing the spell, and without material components, provided you use Alchemist Supplies as a spellcasting feature. You can't use either spell again until you finish a long rest.
Gotcha.
That's
For
pretty good.
Greater Restoration, that's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's 100 diamond. 100,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Yeah, I can.
anything, but
It's
like
100 gold.
100 gold worth of diamond dust, which is just more of like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
resource tax than anything.
If you want to play Walter White,
Science, bitch.
this is it.
That's Jesse.
I know it's Jesse, but by God, he was fucking there.
He was. He was present.
He was present. All right, so next up is the armorer, and that is Logan. I don't know why I rolled the dice. He's the only one that hasn't went yet.
So the armor. This is currently the class I'm playing in our current campaign. I really Snortle.
The turtle.
My name is Snortle. I'm a turtle. So Snortle and Turtle. He's also a member of a law firm, but that's a whole other
Question.
story.
The last time that I played, is this the same turtle that I met?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I couldn't remember the name. I don't remember Snortle for some reason.
Yep.
How do you not?
He's only.
Just go fuck yourself. That's how.
Oh no, I guess he's me and Jeremy are still the two original characters in the party.
Technically, no.
Technically,
Did you forget Jeremy died first
Yeah, Jeremy
session?
died day
Oh,
day
yeah.
one.
I completely
Because
forgot
this
that.
asshole of a D. No, that was completely
I
random
completely
that he
forgot
died.
that.
There's only two of them that are still alive. Lurk is in hell.
Of course,
Lurk is
alive.
Yeah, Kennegarth's alive.
Korth doesn't count.
Course counts.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Also, Korth is also married and has kids, so, you know,
doesn't
his life
count.
is hell.
I really hate that. That's what happened with that
It
character.
happened really quickly.
Like I think I know it wouldn't matter, but
we think it was a shotgun wedding. We're not sure.
if I told my wife that, she would let me show up more.
I don't think that's
I don't
true at
think
all.
she would, but I'm gonna try it when I get home.
No pity.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
None.
Artificer Armorer. Tools of the trade. When you adopt this specialization at 3rd level, you gain proficiency with heavy armor. You also gain proficiency with smith's tools. If you already have this tool proficiency, you gain proficiency within one other type of artisan tools of your choice.
I forgot that he was reading from the wiki, and it threw me for a loop. I was like, "Are you jumping from sentence to sentence?" Because it's not the same wording.
Oh, not quite
It's
the
the
same.
same words, but
Okay.
they're in different orders.
And just to clarify, at this point, my character's my 8th level armor. I think I am proficient with everything except for the poisoner's kit.
Probably. I mean, technically,
Practically.
Give it a few more levels. You'll get there.
Yeah.
with right total job, you can literally be proficient with anything.
Yeah, absolutely, which is fantastic. Starting at 3rd level, you also have certain spells prepared after you reach particular levels in this class, as shown in the Armorer spells table. 3rd level, Magic Missile, Thunder Wave, always handy. 5th, Mirror Image and Shatter. 9th level, Hypnotic Pattern and Lightning Bolt. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
13th level, Fire Shield and Greater Invisibility. And 17th level, Pass Wall and Wall of Force.
I personally can't ever use lightning bolt because all I think of is that LARPer. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
I personally use Shatter quite a bit 'cause that's my main damage spell.
I love that spell.
It's a really solid spell.
It is.
And it makes things solid, less cohesive.
It makes, makes
I was like, where are you going with
makes
that?
solid things
like
less
it
so.
Breaks them up. It
Makes
literally
them
breaks
more
up
liquidy.
the monotony.
I was like, it doesn't make them solid. If anything, it does the opposite.
So
Breaks them up.
let's get into my favorite features of armor.
And my least favorite.
If you listen to episode 1 of the podcast, you would have heard Jarrett talking about Logan being an asshole because I secured some, was that +3 Dwarven Plate?
2.
Or 2 at level 5. This is how I did it.
Yeah.
This is how I did it.
So
loved
beginning
it.
at 3rd level, your metallurgical pursuits have led to you making armor a conduit for magic. And you can turn a suit of armor you're wearing into arcane armor, provided you have smith tools in hand. You gain the following benefits. If the armor has a strength requirement, the arcane armor lacks this requirement. You can use the arcane armor as a spellcasting focus for your artificer spells, and the armor attaches to you and cannot be removed against your will. It also expands to cover your entire body, although you can retract and deploy the helmet as a bonus action. This armor replaces any missing limbs, functioning identically to a body part is replacing. And you can don or doff the armor as an action. The armor continues to be arcane armor until you don another suit of armor or you die. I have abused this feature several times throughout this campaign.
Yeah. Twice.
Yes, you have.
Twice. Hard twice. First to get that Dwarven Plate again. So in our current world we're in, there's some magical metals called Wrathite. It's just like this magic metal, right? Very rare. So I managed to secure like 5 pounds of this metal, which took a lot of time. And I finally found a guy that could work with this stuff, and I had him make me the teeny tiniest suit of armor out of this, and then it just expanded to cover my body.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, worked around it. Armor model. We have several models, kind of like a Tesla. You can choose one of the following armor models: Guardian or Infiltrator. Each model includes a special weapon, and when you attack with that weapon, you add your intelligence modifier instead of your strength or dexterity to the attack and damage rolls. You can change the model whenever you finish a short or long rest, provided you have Smith's tools. Guardian. This is what I play mostly as a Guardian. You design your armor to be on the front line of conflict with the following features. Thunder Gauntlets. Each of the armor's gauntlets counts as a simple melee weapon while you aren't holding anything and deals 1d8 thunder damage on a hit. A creature hit by the gauntlet has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you until start of the next turn, as the armor magically emits a distracting pulse when the creature attacks someone else. As a bonus action, you can gain temporary hit points in this class, replacing any temporary hit points you already have. You lose these temporary hit points if you doff the armor. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. The Infiltrator model. The Infiltrator has a lightning launcher. A gem-like node appears on one of your armored fists or in your chest. It counts as a simple ranged weapon with a normal range of 90 feet and a long range of 300 feet and deals 1d6 lightning damage on a hit. Once in each of your turns, when you hit a creature with it, you deal an extra 1d6 lightning damage to that target. At powered steps, your walking speed increases by 5 feet, and dampening field, you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks. If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on such checks, the advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out, like normal.
Yeah, the Infiltrator is Tony.
This is how you play it with the arcane propulsion armor. You just put the thing on your chest, you're like,
Yep.
beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep.
Blasting around.
Just the pulse cannons on his hands
Yeah,
and chest.
absolutely. This is the Iron Man class. Extra attack, starting at 5th level, you can attack twice rather than once. 9th level. I'm looking forward to this.
This is the end of the session. You're like, do we level? Do we level? Do we level? Do we level?
I've been looking forward to this a long time. At 9th level, you learn how to use your Artificer infusions. So let me back this up just a little bit here. So currently, my armor can only be infused with one thing, like one infusion. Actually, it can't be infused at all because it's magical armor.
Yeah, now it's magical.
So it can't be infused at all. But no, most weapons or items you can infuse with one infusion. So now we can specially modify our arcane armor. That armor now counts as separate items for the purposes of your infused items feature. So the chest piece, boots, helmet, and the special weapons can all be infused separately out of that armor set. And the number of infusions transfer over if you change your model's armor with the armor model feature. In addition, the maximum number of items you can infuse at once increases by 2. Those extra items must be part of your arcane armor. At 15th level, the arcane armor gains additional benefits based on its model as shown below. When a huge or smaller creature you can see ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can make your reaction to magically force the creature... Sorry, this is level 15. Guardian. When a huge or smaller creature you can see ends its turn within 30 feet, you can use your reaction to magically force the creature to make a strength saving throw against your spell save DC, pulling the creature up to 30 feet towards you to an unoccupied space.
Mine says 25.
Maybe we got it right to 25. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, Wikidot has it down as 30. I stand corrected, 25. If you pull the target to the space within 5 feet of you, you can make a melee weapon attack against it as part of this reaction. That is one of the few times you can pull something towards you and get a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is super beneficial.
Yes. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you gain all expended uses after a long rest. On the Infiltrator model, any creature that takes lightning damage from your lightning launcher glimmers with magical light until the start of its next turn. The glimmering creature sheds dim light and has disadvantage on attack rolls against you, as the light jolts it if it attacks you. In addition, the next attack roll has advantage, and if that attack hits, the target takes an additional 1d6 lightning damage.
God, that's good.
It's like
Just to-
it's like extra. It's like guiding bolt.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically guiding bolt.
just to
yeah.
give yourself advantage
after
on the
effect.
next. On the next is great. There's still some more. I see perfected.
He's fixing his headphones.
I'm fixing my headphones.
Oh, you're good. So it has perfected armor guardian. Do you see that
Yeah,
at the bottom? Is that like the older ones?
That's what I
'Cause
just read through.
Yeah. Well, this one has 30 feet underneath it. So it's the same thing. It just has 30 feet. So the top must be the updated.
Yeah, must be. That's what happened.
That's weird the way that D&D Beyond has that set up.
Does it say legacy on it?
No, it just says perfected.
Yeah, it just says Perfected Armor Guardian.
Just under what we.
Yeah, like where he just read Perfected Armor.
Must be it must be the newest version of it. That's the 25 feet.
That's weird. I feel like 30 feet's better, but
25.
I mean,
25 is just a weird number to me.
that's why I say I feel
Usually
like
the spaces are
30.
multiples of 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Multiples
maybe
of 10. It's like
Multiples
10,
of,
20,
Yeah.
30.
well, there's 15s too.
I mean, like of like effects, like usually.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
yeah.
We like round
So
numbers.
next up is Artillerist, and it'll be between me. Is this one a long one?
I don't know.
By the way, you touched your nose and did
Well,
nose
I
goes.
already did one. There's 4 of them, so I figured we'd all just take one.
Fair enough. It's me.
Works out because Ethan wanted to do the last one.
Oh, you wanted to do Battlesmith?
Yeah, it's all right.
Are you? Do you want to do Artillerist?
No. No, it's fine.
Fine,
It's fine.
fine.
I said he wanted to do Battlesmith.
Well, and I asked him if he wanted to do Battlesmith, and he said no, or he said meh.
I don't. Go on.
We're gonna have an off. What the fuck? And this is the chaotic part. An artillerist specializes in using magic to hurl energy, projectiles, and explosions on a battlefield. This destructive power is valued by armies in the wars on many different worlds. And when war passes, some members of the specialization seek to build a more peaceful world by using their powers to fight in the resurgence of strife. The world-hopping gnome Artificer V has been especially vocal about making things right. And this is in quotations. It's about time we fix things instead of blowing them all to hell, end quote. At 3rd level, they get a tool proficiency. You gain proficiency with the Woodcarver's tool. If you already have this proficiency, you gain proficiency with one type of artisan tools of your choice. At 3rd level, you also get a set of spells. So at 3rd, you get Shield and Thunderwave. At 5th, Scorching Ray and Shatter. At 9th, Fireball and Wind Wall. At 13th, Ice Storm and Wall of Fire. And at 17th, Cone of Cold and Wall of Force.
I like this spell list better than the other 2.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's it.
But it's also all the blasty casty spells.
It's a pretty
This
good
is
DPS spell
This
list.
is the offensive.
yeah.
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 Which is what I like. I like being offensive.
Armorer's tanky. Alchemist is...
Say that, but this one
What
also
couldn't be
gets
made
shield.
better? What couldn't be made better by adding cannons? So
Absolutely fucking.
Speaking of
There we
cannons,
go.
at 3rd level, you get Eldritch Cannon. You've learned how to create a magical cannon using the Woodcarver's tool, which is interesting to me, or Smith's tool. You can take an action to magically create a small or tiny Eldritch Cannon in an unoccupied space on a horizontal surface within 5 feet of you. A small Eldritch Cannon occupies its space, and a tiny one can be held in one hand. Once you create a cannon, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest or until you expend a spell slot to create one. You can have only one cannon at a time and can't create one while your cannon is present. So you have to destroy the other one first? Or is it destroyed by creating the second one?
It's destroyed by creating the second one.
Okay. It just, the way that reads sounds like you physically have to destroy it. The cannon is a magical object regardless of size. The cannon has an AC of 18 and a number of hit points equal to 5 times your Artificer level. It is immune to poison and psychic, because why the fuck wouldn't it be? If it's forced to make an ability check, it treat all of its ability scores as a 10, so plus 0. If the mending spell is cast on it, it regains 2d6 hit points. It disappears if it is reduced to 0 points or after 1 hour. You can dismiss it early as an action. You can create the cannon. You determine its appearance and whether it has legs. You also decide which type it is, choosing from the options on the Eldritch Cannons table, which I will talk about in a second. On each of your turns, you can take a bonus action to cause the cannon to activate if you are within 60 feet of it. As part of the same bonus action, you can direct the cannon to walk or climb up to 15 feet to an unoccupied space provided it has legs. So why would you not give any of the cannons legs?
Fair enough.
So your cannons, you get Flamethrower, Force Ballista, and Protector. Flamethrower, the cannon exhales fire in an adjacent 15-foot cone that you designate. Each creature in that area must make a dex saving throw against your spell save DC or take 2d8 fire damage, half if they pass. Force Ballista, make a ranged spell attack originating from the cannon at one creature or object within 120 feet of it. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 force damage, and if the target is a creature, it is pushed up to 5 feet away from the cannon. And then Protector, the cannon emits a burst of positive energy that grants itself and each creature of your choice within 10 feet of it a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus your intelligence modifier.
I really like the protector feature. That's kind of a unique one.
Yeah. It's weird for a cannon.
Yeah, but I like it, though.
I'm going to shoot you with heals.
Doesn't Mercy have like a healing
It's
gun?
like a cannon shield.
All right, fair enough. I didn't think of it that way. It's not a healing. She just has a gun.
You know,
but
on
she
Star
has a
Wars,
staff.
you know, on Star Wars Episode 1, and they have those big shield generators on top of the back of the weird lizard amphibian things.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Basically, yeah.
It's like a shield.
Gotcha.
I like it.
And then
Pretty
you've
cool.
got Arcane Firearm at 5th level. You know how to turn a wand, staff, or rod into an arcane firearm, a conduit of your destructive spells. When you finish a long rest, you can use woodcarver's tools or to carve special sigils into a wand, staff, or rod, and thereby turn it into your arcane firearm. The sigils disappear from the object if you later carve them on a different item. You can use your firearm as a spellcasting focus for your spells. When you cast an Artificer spell through the firearm, roll a d8, and you gain a bonus to one of the spell's damage rolls equal to the number rolled. That is nice, just to basically write a rune and say, here's more damage. Especially considering this is kind of the DPS one.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is the DPS one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 9th level, you get Explosive Cannon. Every Eldritch Cannon you create is more destructive. The cannon's damage rolls all increase by 1d8. As an action, you can command the cannon to detonate if you are within 60 feet of it. Doing so destroys the cannon and forces each creature within 20 feet of it to make a dex saving throw against your spell save DC, taking 3d8 force damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
I feel like that could be more damage and not break the game.
Yeah, you could probably double it, honestly.
I would say
Like 68. Well, at 9th
I
level,
wouldn't say
that's kind of high.
68. Well, no, because like 68 is essentially going to be the same as a fireball.
But it's one.
Mathematically speaking, yes.
It's one time.
mathematically. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just one. It's a one-off. Like
Yeah.
it's not like it's going to break the game.
And then you have to make another one.
Yeah.
And then at 15th level, you get Fortified Position. You're a master at forming well-defended emplacements using Eldritch Cannon. You and your allies have half cover while within 10 feet of a cannon you create with Eldritch Cannon as a result of a shimmering field of magical protection that the cannon emits. You can now have 2 cannons at the same time. You can create 2 with the same action, but not the same spell slot. That's where, if it was higher damage, it would be a problem. You can activate both of them with the same bonus action. You determine whether the cannons are identical to each other or different. You can't create a third cannon while you have 2. So if it was higher damage, that's where that could come into a little bit more of a problem. But that sounds like a fun class.
Yeah.
Just
Lasty, casty.
That would be a fun class.
I did play alongside one time, and they're actually very effective.
also, did you not tell us earlier that you were helping make one?
Not one of these.
Not one of these?
No, Battlesmith.
Battles.
Well, okay.
I played
that's-
alongside one of these
Yeah,
before.
that was next, and that's what my brain was already
Super
at for some
effective.
reason.
The thing that was most effective was the half cover
Yeah.
within 10 feet of it.
Well, especially because you can, like, it doesn't mean you have to be behind it.
Right.
So that's the most beneficial part of having half cover just all the way around it.
This is a really effective class. It does a lot of damage, but it's not overpowered. But it's still really effective.
It's just a really just DPS, just focus class. It's like
It also
Yeah.
looks like a lot of fun. It seemed like he was having a good time.
And that's what I like. I like to do DPS.
The deeps?
I'm shit at it, but I like it.
no, we don't agree with the deep over here.
Fucking staring at an octopus while you
Logan's
fuck
like, what's
somebody.
the deep?
What?
Helm's
Moving
Deep?
on.
Nope.
I'm lost in the
Yeah,
boys.
that's what I'm.
the
Yeah.
young lingo here.
The boys.
It's the boys from the TV show.
Oh yeah, I
He's
still haven't watched
discount
that.
Aquaman.
Discount Aquaman.
Based, very much so.
Yeah, we're getting.
So would that be like Moist Man?
And
Wow.
we're like really fucked
so
up.
many
Mermaid Man.
people just went, Because they hate the word moist.
Moist.
Moister than an oyster.
All right. I guess it's my turn.
Yes,
All
it is your turn. Take us to the battlesmith.
All right, battlesmith. So armies require protection, and someone has to put things back together if it falls apart. A combination of protector and medic, a battlesmith is an expert at defending others and repairing both material and personnel. To aid in their work, battlesmiths are accompanied by a steel defender, a protective companion of their own creation. Many soldiers tell stories of nearly dying before being saved by a battlesmith and their steel protector. You gain tool proficiency bonuses at the 3rd level when you choose this specialization. You gain proficiency with smith's tools. If you already have this proficiency, you gain proficiency with another set of tools of your choice. At 3rd level as well, battlesmith spells that you get is their own select spell list. Is at 3rd level is heroism and shield. 5th level is branding smite and warding bond. 9th level is aura of vitality, conjure barrage. 13th level is aura of purity and fire shield, and 17th level is banishing smite and mass cure wounds. At 3rd level as well, as a third thing apparently, your combat training and your experiments with magic have paid off in 2 ways. You gain proficiency with martial weapons, and when you attack with a magical weapon, you can use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dexterity modifier for the attack and damage rolls. Additionally, at 3rd level, your tinkering has borne you a faithful companion, a steel defender. It's friendly to you and your companions, and it obeys your commands. So essentially, the Steel Defender is a medium construct. It has 15 armor class, and its hit points are equal to 2 plus your intelligence modifier plus 5 times your Artificer level. It's quite a bit, actually. Speed is 40 feet per round. It's got damage immunity to poison because it is a construct, and it cannot be charmed, exhausted, or poisoned. And it has vigilant property. It cannot be surprised, and then its actions that it can use are melee weapon is a force empowered rend. Your spell attack modifier to hit 1d8 is the damage modifier for that one, plus your proficiency bonus in force damage. It can also repair itself 3 times per day, repairing itself for 2d8 plus your proficiency bonus. As a reaction, it can also deflect attacks. The defender imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see that's within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll is against a creature other than the defender itself. It's a pretty nice effect, especially just having something to move around that's just going to be able to provide that disadvantage on a friendly target if you so chose. It's just nice to have. Extra attack at 5th level, you can attack twice when you take the attack action. At 9th level, you gain the ability called Arcane Jolt. You've learned new ways to channel arcane energy to harm or to heal. When either of you hit a target with a magical weapon, attack, or your Steel Defender hits a target, you can channel magical energy through the strike to create one of the following effects. 1, the target takes an extra 2d6 force damage, or 2, choose one creature or object that you can see within 30 feet of the target. Healing energy flows into the chosen recipient, restoring 2d6 hit points. You can use this as a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, but you cannot do so more than once on one turn either. So just once per turn, and then a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. At 15th level, you gain Improved Defender. Your Arcane Jolt and Steel Defender become more powerful. The extra damage and healing of your Arcane Jolt both increase to 4d6. Your Steel Defender gains a +2 bonus to armor class, and whenever your Steel Defender uses its deflect attack, the attacker takes force damage equal to 1d4 plus your intelligence modifier. It's rather potent. Even early on, you get all that stuff front-loaded at level 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's almost too much.
I feel like Artificer as a whole gets a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't matter which subclass you take. You get level 3 and you're like, I'm getting a lot of stuff.
Also, this is important. This is how you do a companion.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast, not the shitty fucking Beastmaster companion you get.
Yeah, this is
Go
how
fuck
you.
yourself.
This is how you make a companion.
No, that one yours was because our DM was an idiot.
He wasn't an idiot. He just didn't care.
That's the same thing in my
The
book.
Steel Defender is far and above
It's
superior
so
to
good.
Oh,
any other
absolutely.
crafted
Yeah.
Absolutely.
companion specific.
Not gonna argue that.
But that being front loaded like that on every one of those subclasses,
Right for multi-classing.
makes this the multi-classing that you want to do. Like this is what you want.
Yeah, I have really enjoyed this class, and I understand my armorer is not exactly the most DPS character. He's also not the most exactly tank character either.
+3 to your AC.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Pretty tanky at level 8.
Yeah, well, not near as
But
much as
he
our.
can do a lot of things
Yeah.
and do them well.
Well,
That's good. That's what you want.
I did it again.
yeah, he did.
I did it again. I made the paladin unkillable.
Stop.
The paladin has an AC like 28.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, it's
You
crazy.
do this to
No,
yourself.
some of this
Off
was
the
not my
rails.
fault.
Part of it's my fault.
What do
In a
you mean
roundabout.
part of it's your fault?
Well, he has my armor I stole at level 5.
Ah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
There's that.
But as a whole, like the campaign we're in now, I think it's fair to say we're a much stronger role play campaign, whereas some of our previous campaigns were a very heavy combat campaign.
We did. We
You might have heard Jarrett kind of snicker for a second there. It's because I mouthed the word fuck. Because every time I play in Jarrett's campaign, it's always fucking
No, we went what?
fight.
5 months without a
Yeah,
battle?
something like 5 months.
5 months?
without
5
combat.
months, yeah.
Without
Without
a full
combat.
party combat. It was if
Yeah.
we did fight, it was like one
person.
of them person.
Yeah.
Like-
I'm so mad at my wife right now.
Yeah.
And
It's really good.
Let me tell you what, I
I'm
have
fucking hiring a babysitter. I don't care what she says.
I have really enjoyed this campaign because I really enjoyed the role play aspect.
I never get to do it.
And the Artificer has been a great addition in the role play category because I get to do so much
Yeah.
in the role play world with all my different artisans tools and what I want to do or cause or create or
Yeah.
sow discord
You know,
chaos.
like make ricin.
We have made ricin successfully on. Yeah,
I
it's
am
a
a
poison.
poisoner.
I know what it
Okay,
is.
making sure you knew.
and I made it for him.
You're a poisoner? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and I made it for him even though I wasn't proficient with it. And, you know, because I have Flash of Genius, I have Bark Inspiration, we made this poison, which does 8d8 damage.
8. Holy fuck.
Okay.
And because
You allow so much
Yeah,
and
it's
then
fine.
get mad and
No,
bitch about it.
I know,
I don't say that you
already.
get mad, but
I
you
get-
bitch about it.
and
think it's
whenever
fine.
I apply it, it takes a bonus action.
Yeah.
I don't have to apply it on my own weapons. I can apply it on anyone's weapons, and it lasts for a minute. It's not a one-off.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess how
A minute?
Yeah,
A
hang-
minute.
hang on.
A fucking minute?
Yeah.
A minute.
Look, he
10
sprayed
rounds.
this on me after they made it. I didn't know that before. He goes, I put it on my weapon. I'm like, okay.
Also, it because I made it, it
Yeah.
overcomes resistance.
Yeah.
God
It's really
damn.
powerful.
So my character does 18d8
So when are you bringing in the Tarrasque?
plus 2d6 on each.
Hey, that's why we
Yeah,
got 20.
it's
Maybe it's
bonkers.
time to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, guess what they're going to do this week, probably?
We're working
He's
on
made a better eco-terrorist.
We're working on a nuke.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yep. Okay, to be fair though, I did mention that we went back to our city from our previous campaign, which is set like 200 years in the past now.
Yeah.
And a main
The
bad
one that you poisoned the water well?
no 7 towers deep. And one of the main bad guys we did not kill in that last campaign was a wizard with a blue dragon. Is now the ruler, like dictator of this whole realm. And I had a very unwelcome welcome. I
Yeah,
guess,
with a blue dragon.
With a blue
That
dragon.
blue dragon.
One blue
that
dragon.
blue dragon, ancient blue dragon now.
I fucking.
So anyhow, we are currently in the process of starting a war between these empires. Is kind of what we're working towards because I was using my
Forgery kit?
forgery kit, and I forged
Got too many tools. He couldn't remember which one.
I forged a letter from Galmaxis, this bad guy, to the leader of the area we're in now that he was going to seize their lands and declare war on them. Rolled like a 36
Yeah.
on a forgery, so it's immaculate.
It's so broken, and I love it.
So yeah, we're going to do that, and in the meantime, we're going to set off some, improvised explosive devices inside the capital city to declare war between these two countries.
To anybody out there that says I'm a bad DM, I want people to have fun. If this is what they want to do, have fun.
I will agree. I have
fun.
the most fun.
We have an
No
absolute
offense to
blast.
Ethan, my other DM. I have the most fun in probably Jared's
I
campaign
let
because
so
I'm
much shit go.
overpowered.
Yeah, I let
and
so
so
much
much
shit
shit
go.
happens. Like, I
It's fun to
can
me.
legitimately. No,
I understand.
you allow stuff as well, but you're more likely to be like, no, that's fucking stupid. he's more likely for me to say something stupid
And be like, yeah, that's cool.
and be like, yeah,
Let's see where that goes.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
I love your campaigns.
You're the strict
Whatever.
parent. You know, you enforce the rules, and I just go, whatever.
He doesn't
Jared
always.
sleeps
He
with
lets.
candy on the side.
So
He
so
lets
you're
him-
the fun person and I'm the bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the question so we can wrap things up because Artificer took much longer than I expected.
it did,
It did.
actually.
I
It did not
expected.
take longer than I expected. It is a complicated class.
is.
I know, but with 4 subclasses, I really didn't expect
Well,
it to
they
take.
had such a bad time trying to make Bard the jack of all trades. When they made this, they had to make it so complicated.
Yeah.
Because it is the true jack of all trades.
So this comes again from Dungeon Loot Armory. It is, what Artificer do you want on your team? So for options, we have Tony,
Yep.
Tony Stark from the MCU. You've got Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You've got Hiro or Hero. I don't know how you actually say his name. He's from Big Hero 6. And then you also have Terran. Is it Terran?
Tarian.
Tarian.
Can I go first?
I don't think you have to go first. I think we're all going to pick the same one. I think
Probably.
you're going to pick Donatello because it's a turtle,
I mean,
and you're going to vibe with that.
I'm a turtle.
Yeah.
Me and my brother Donatello are hanging out.
Okay, he's the
enough.
only one that I assumed would take that. Although I lean towards Donatello's not too much of an artificer.
No, he makes all the gadgets.
Yeah, he's the.
Yeah, but they're not a lot of gadgets.
There's more than you think in
That's
that
a lot.
cartoon show.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. I'll shut up. Jared, I know you're taking Tony. I don't give a fuck what you
no,
have to say.
whoa,
You're
whoa,
taking
whoa.
Tony. Shut your
I
fucking
am.
mouth.
As
He's gonna
much
change
as,
his mind now.
as much as I want to take Tyrion, because he's amazing, I have to take Tony because
Yeah, but is that Sam Riegel being amazing, or is it?
it's both. But the characters both. Go watch his introduction in the campaign. It's one of the most funny things I've ever seen. Probably
Gotcha.
because of the way the rest of the cast reacts to him.
Yeah.
Because they're all mad at him.
And then Ethan, I'm assuming
What was the last one again?
Tyrion.
Tyrion from
Critical Role.
Tyrion.
Well, I
Barrington.
don't know why I need to ask that. It's Iron Man,
It's
obviously.
Tony.
But, I mean,
That's who I'm picking as well.
he's the best. He's got the best thing.
He's not as
Spoilers,
cool as a
killed-
5-foot turtle with pizza.
Killed Thanos.
Actually,
5-foot
he
turtle
is cooler
with- yeah,
than a
I'm gonna-
5-foot turtle. Yes.
No, he's
I think that's debatable.
I don't
think
want to
he-
take pizza from a turtle.
why?
especially
Don't.
one that lives in a fucking sewer
Yeah.
With a rat.
Do you think he washes
with a
his
rat.
hands?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you think I wash my hands?
I'm not eating food you're giving me, but
Yeah, you have. He's absolutely brought food here,
That's
and you've
true.
been like,
prepackaged.
no, it was not prepackaged.
Oh, I made
Maggie
all
made
kinds of
it.
stuff.
Yeah, it was like in a thing, and he's not like lifting it with his hands. He's not
true.
like here, have
So
a piece
you
of cake,
think? You never know. She might have been
Shoving
like,
it in my
"Hey, I made
face.
this stuff. You need to put it in a package
was
to
like,
take it."
like caressing my cheek
licked-
while. No, he's not doing that. That's weird.
It's okay. It's okay. I promise you. All right, so we've got chaotic a little bit several times on this episode. Thank you for listening. Again, you can join our Facebook. You can join our Discord. Those links can be found at anchor.fm/chaotically nerdy. We hope to see you there. We hope you join us and talk to us. You got something else you need to say?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This has actually been a lot of
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this a lot.
I'm glad that we could bring you in for
Yeah,
the 2 classes that have really stood out.
yeah, I know something about. That's about it.
Yeah. And
Thank you, guys.
I'll see you in 30 minutes.
An hour, maybe more. And thank you for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.